Yes, people, welcome back to Let's Talk Premier League. And this is a new show, a new set of shows that we're doing called Let's Talk Argyle. As you all know, I am a huge Argyle fan and have been since I was born. So I thought I'd add a new series, a new set of shows where we talk just Plymouth Argyle, right? I'll talk all the Premier League. I'll banter everyone that steps in front of me if they've got a shit team. Big up to RJ and Matt for all of their work on getting the banter given to him for supporting United. But we're here to talk about Argyle in League One. We're a team in League One. I absolutely love them, and yeah, I've been working hard on the setup. We've got plenty of new shows. We're going to have match previews, match reactions. They're going to be a bit later, so they're going to be a day or two later, but we're still going to get my thoughts on the results. The previews will be a day before. So that reminds me, we have a preview tomorrow of Plymouth Argyle versus Sunderland at Home Park this Saturday. I'm not expecting an awful lot. We're currently mid-table. We're not getting promoted. We're certainly not getting relegated. We're in that sort of zone where we don't actually have anything to play for. You can say that's a positive or a negative. It's our first season in League One. I'd have liked us to have been a bit more consistent. But hey, that will all come in our yearly review show, end of season review show. Well, I'll just give my thoughts on the new lads that have come in, and all the other stuff. Like all the other stuff. The loanies, half of them are shit. I'm just saying. Ryan Lowe saying we need to get defenders with a proper man defender, like a man, not a kid at the back, a man. And I have to agree with him. Chris saying, pick up Niall. At least no one can accuse you of copying another channel. This is very true. If they're using Argyle stuff, they're not an Argyle fan, so I will not be happy. But let me know what you think of the new overlays. I made it all myself. I'm getting good at this shit. The new logo, it looks. I like it. I like it all. Looking absolutely beautiful. But you're probably wondering why we're here today. What could Argyle have possibly done just before a Sunderland game at the end of the season? Well, I'll tell you. I'll tell you exactly what Argyle could have done, which is Argyle at the end of the season are leaving the EFL iFollow platform. Now, you're probably wondering, well, why is that such big news? That doesn't seem like big news. It's huge. I think we may be the first club in Leagues 1 and 2 to actually leave iFollow. Now, obviously, during the pandemic, everyone's been watching iFollow to watch the games and all of that. And there has been many problems. It has been littered with problems from the EFL iFollow platform. So our chairman and owner has decided we're going to do it ourselves. We can make more money. We can give better quality if we go alone. And I have to agree. Simon Hallett, a big up to Simon Hallett. He is such a good owner. Always puts fans at the first front of his mind. Everything he does, right? Ticket prices are reasonable. Yeah, the prices of food is ridiculous, but prices of food in any football ground is absolutely ridiculous. That's why I don't buy it. But everything he does is for the best of the club and for the best of the fans. I have so much respect for this man. Right? He has put a brand new stand in Home Park. That stand that he had replaced, couldn't even use the bottom tier of it. It was literally, I'm surprised they didn't condemn it. I am surprised they didn't condemn it, to be brutally honest. It was full of asbestos and all of that lovely stuff. So he's put a new stand. We're as financially stable as you can get with the coronavirus pandemic. But yeah, that's a little bit on Argyle. Chris saying overlay is brilliant. Well, thank you for that. I won't tell you how I made it, although you would laugh if you found out how on earth I made this. Absolutely mega. But I don't want to give away trade secrets, do I? Absolutely not. The new video as well. I'm very passionate about Argyle. And when I get accused of being a United fan, it really does piss me off a little bit, because these boys here, that is what I'm about. They are my team. That is what I live for, is Argyle doing well, right? That's all I live for, right? If there are, I mean, I've seen relegations, promotions, playoff, losing Devon derbies. I've seen a lot. and it's a bit mad. I will be joined by Aaron in a bit. He'll be coming on to talk about what Argyle are doing, because what I think Argyle are doing, we're setting a standard. That is what we are doing. We are setting a standard, and other teams will follow. I firmly believe other teams will follow what we're doing. I do firmly believe that. But why we're here today, as I said, Argyle leaving the iFollow platform, that is huge. That is huge for a club like Plymouth Argyle. But what I'll do is I'll read you the statement they put on their website. It says, "We are excited to reveal plans for the upcoming launch of a brand new digital offering for supporters, including modernised official club website, mobile app and streaming service. The Pilgrims have appointed leading digital agency Other Media to develop a cutting-edge website, an Argyle app for iOS and Android users, while global streaming specialist Stream AMG has been appointed to lead on the club's new streaming product. The combined website, app and streaming service is scheduled to be up and running by the beginning of the 21-22 season. New digital services will replace those currently in operation, including iFollow streaming and the EFL digital app and website. Work on this project has been ongoing for a number of months behind the scenes at Home Park, with reliability, ease of use and quality of experience all driving forces behind the decision to invest digital offering for the Green Army." Jamie Yapsley, the Pilgrims head of marketing and communications, said, "This is really exciting development for the club. This project allows us to produce our own digital solution, controlled by us, designed specifically for Argyle supporters. Not only will these new platforms offer a better and more reliable experience for Argyle fans, but they'll also provide us greater opportunities to enhance and amplify the Argyle brand, in line with the club's long-term ambition of becoming a sustainable championship-level club. To do that, we need to grow our fan base, engaging effectively with our current supporters, as well as inspiring those who are lapsed or not yet interested in Argyle. The club is an exciting place. We have a strong story to tell, the right people involved, and we now have the tools to press forward. More information and previews of the website, app and streaming service will be revealed as the project unfolds. New digital services will kick in a long-term support service project at the club, with plans in works for single sign-on system, bringing areas like ticketing, retail and streaming hospitality together in one easy accessible account." I would go through everything else, but I don't feel like I need to. Apart from this one, Hugo Sherman, CEO of Stream AMG, said, "We're very happy to support in Plymouth Argyle to power their new streaming service. We're proud to be supporting the club's ambitions and looking forward to working closely with their team. Building stronger ties between the club and fans is vital as we emerge from the COVID crisis, and we're looking forward to launching a range of new digital products in the next few months." This is huge news. This is huge for Plymouth, right? This is huge for my club. As I say, I think we're the first club in Leagues 1 and 2 to actually doing this. It is absolutely crazy. Chris, hopefully Carlisle Follow has been having problems watching them in some games due to quality. Yes, and that's the thing with iFollow. The system is appalling, right? That you could not get me a worse system if you tried. You physically couldn't do it, right? The iFollow is absolutely terrible. It's absolutely mind-boggling. But yeah, I do hope for you, Chris, and for other fans out there that this is really a statement. And if we can do this in the right way and make it work, it means that others are gonna follow suit. Because, yeah, of course, it's about enhancing it. It's about making it better for fans, but it's also about money, right? It's also going to be about money. Instead of using basic iFollow and basic EFL website and app systems, we can do it alone. We can take it on board to do it ourselves. That's what we can do. And I do firmly believe that this will really help other teams as such yourselves. Matt saying, right, who wants to box? Matt, you still haven't found one. You still haven't found one. I found Dom. And I'm going to be knocking his head off his shoulders, that's for sure. He just got off a run today. Just had a run. Absolutely aching. But it was nice. Nice to get that running. But back to Argyle and about how important this is going to be for us. So Argyle have a lot of supporters in America. It sounds crazy, I know. Argyle fans win League One. Fans in America, that don't sound right. We do have a very large American fan base. In fact, our owner lives in America. Now, before anyone jumps on the boat, our owner is from England and he's an Argyle fan. So I don't mind that he lives in America. I know American owners and all that, they have their issues. But right now, we absolutely don't have that problem. Simon Hallett, as I said, thinking about what's best for Plymouth Argyle and what's best for fans. And this should generate plenty of money for ourselves. As I said, the ambition to get to that stage where we are a sustainable championship level club. But I want more, as does the entire club. When we get to a championship, it'll be about how do we get to a Premier League? How do we become a stable Premier League team? It takes work, it takes effort, but I firmly believe we can do that. And Daniel saying big up Niall and everyone. Big up to yourself, Daniel, a massive supporter for this channel. We got Rescue, 6 p.m. with me and Dom. That's going to be funny. That is going to be fun. Plenty to talk about. But this is about Argyle and about why this is going to be important. So, as Chris will know, the iFollow platform is a shocker. Right? It is littered with problems. I have seen all season fans going, it's not working. It's not working. This ain't working. That's not working. The quality is poor. Earlier this year, Argyle put in a 4-camera system. So we actually have cameras for the streaming of the match in all 4 stands, or 3 of them, plus the one near the bottom. That is huge. That is huge, right? That's saying that instead of 1 camera where you're just watching the same thing all the time, it means that you can watch it from different angles. It's a bit like Sky Sports. It makes it a bit more professional. So why not enhance that, right? So you've got the 4-camera setup. Why don't you enhance that with just better quality, which is what I think anyway. Velvet Swan saying, don't mind me, I'm just watching this while doing my uni exam. Big up to yourself. I hugely appreciate the support, and I hope your exam is going well. Good luck, Velvet Swan. Also, I'll keep your secret. Oh yeah. Well, to be fair, he's definitely come to the wrong place if he wants help with a uni exam, because I'm absolutely useless with it. When I never went to uni, it was never something that interested me. Far too much work. But I want to get your thoughts, especially Chris's as well. Is what do you think this is going to do? I think what's going to happen, and when Aaron comes on, me and him can talk about it from a Doncaster perspective as well, because he obviously being a Donny fan, obviously before he arrives, so I'm just going to say Argyle are a much superior club to him, regardless of league position. But for me, this is huge. This is such a big move from Argyle, and I just hope that we take it to that next level. As I said, we've got 4-camera systems. We're always looking at improving it and doing all of that. And yeah, I'm very excited. Velvet Swan saying the exam is calm except for one question where I'm literally smashing my head on the table. That does sound peak. That does sound peak. If it was football related, I am your man, because I should be able to help with that. But yeah, I don't think I'll be able to help in terms of that. But I've spoken about how important this is to the club and moving forwards. But it's also for overseas. Like, if you think I have the ability when we can go back to stadiums and we can have full capacity, I have that ability to be able to go to home park and watch the game. The people in America don't quite have that same privilege. So whilst it's really good for us in the UK as well, and maybe up north, me locally to Argyle, I can nip to home park and go watch a match for 90 minutes quite easily. Whereas in America, they don't have that privilege. So I think what this will do is it will help experience in America and in far around. We've got fans all over the place. We're always hearing of fans in other parts of the world. It's remarkable where we have fans. Like, we've had fans in Belgium, America. I think we even had some fans in Australia. How we have these fans, I genuinely don't know. But believe it or not, I think Argyle may have a wider reach than Manchester City or Tottenham, which I know sounds quite bad, but we have fans all over the place. Velvet's Rand saying the worst thing is our teacher put the exam so late because he overslept and forgot. That's a bit harsh. Oh, it shouldn't be doing that. If I was you, I'd go to his house like he did with John W. Henry. Daniel saying, is iFollow a American site then to watch football? No. iFollow is so iFollow is a separate brand off the EFL. So you've got the English Football League, which obviously Argyle are a part of. We're not leaving that. We're not one of these big six clubs that think we're better than everyone else, so we're going to fuck off. What the EFL has their own digital setup, right? So the EFL, what they do is they have the iFollow. They have a basic app and a basic website for you to use. That's all done by the English Football League, and it can be streamed during the pandemic by everyone. Everyone could watch Argyle at the match at the time. Argyle are basically just saying we're dumping it. Liam, big up to my fellow Jano. I knew you'd wanna see this. Is this true now that we have got rid of iFollow Argyle? It is true. It is true that we have dumped our iFollow. We're joining other media. So other media are going to be developing our website and our app, which can be used on iOS and Android. And we've also linked up with global streaming specialist Stream AMG. They've been appointed to obviously work on our new streaming project. So yeah, we have officially got rid of the EFL iFollow product. Obviously, the last two games of the season, Sunderland and Gillingham, they will be used on iFollow, and then after that, there should be no more iFollow. But again, don't forget, these could change. I mean, Argyle, they've been working behind and backstage. They should have it out before the end, before the start of the 21-22 season. Right, so start of next season, they should have it ready, but just hold caution. It could change for whatever reason. These things happen, but I'm confident that Argyle will do it. Liam saying Argyle's iFollow should be called iFollow losses week in, week out. I like that. I do like that. That is funny. The thing about this is, obviously, if you think about Argyle and what we're doing, just we're setting that standard and taking it to that next level. But I am joined by Doncaster fan Aaron. Welcome to Let's Talk Argyle, a new spin off from Let's Talk Premier League, where I'll talk about my club. I can't be accused of being a United fan anymore because I'm talking about this. So I was just explaining about what Argyle have done, which is basically told the EFL to go fuck themselves in terms of streaming and website and app. And we partnered with other media to obviously develop our website and our app. And we're also working with global streaming specialist Stream AMG. They've been appointed to lead the club's new streaming project. I believe that we're probably the first in Leagues 1 and 2 to do this. I've not seen any other club do it. I know, obviously, maybe in the Championship they might do it. But I've not seen it in Leagues 1 and 2. How important do you think this is going to be for Plymouth Argyle and the experience it is going to be for the fans?
I think it'll be a really improved experience, 100%, because, you know, not only is this great in terms of breaking away from the whole EFL branded stuff and sort of using their other platforms to brand their content, and the fact that it's going to be like it kind of feels like a revolution at the club. It feels like the club's moving up in the right direction off the field now as well as on the field. So, but it's not just for Plymouth. I think that overall for League 2 and League 1, I think that this is a massive step in the right direction, because it could then, you see it with the Super League. One domino falls, the rest of them fall. I don't think too many League One and League Two clubs or the Championship clubs are too far away from doing the same thing, whether it's the same platform or different platforms. I think they're not too far away. I think Plymouth's the first domino to fall. But from a revolutionary point of view and from the evolution of the club point of view, I think it's a massive step for Plymouth, and it shows that the EFL can't control the clubs anymore. The clubs control their own destiny.
Yeah, because there was a lot of talk about because we were hearing rumours about this early in the season, and a lot of people were like, "Oh no, the EFL won't let you go alone." I'm like, "Watch us." The EFL have been doing about 10 years of just pissing us off as a club, so we're obviously going to do it. But you said obviously about dominoes and Chris saying hopefully Carlisle follow because iFollow because they've been having problems watching them in some games due to quality. The quality of iFollow has been absolutely dreadful. I mean, I've stopped watching half of it because the quality of the games are absolutely abysmal. Like I'm paying what, £10-15 to watch iFollow, and the quality is absolutely abysmal.
I pay a tenner. I've paid a tenner every match now. Pretty much every match this season. I've never personally had any problems with iFollow, and even I think it's a disgrace. Like, this is coming from someone that's never had a problem. There's been a few lags, like, from time to time over the last 6 months, but that's about it. Like, only little 1 second lags, that's it. Apart from that, I've had no problem with iFollow, but I'm now saying it's a disgrace.
Do Doncaster have the 4-camera system, or do you just have 1 camera?
We just have 1.
no, but it's things like that Argyle early in the season decided to operate a 4-camera system. So
I don't get why EFL are just making us do one cameras. All I know is because the EFL like to be cheapskates and try and make them. They try and make millions of pounds out of clubs falling under the profits.
Yeah, and we've decided to add more money and to do this 4-camera system, and just everything that we're doing. It seems that if you had spoken about Argyle about 10 years ago, you'd been like, "Fuck me, that's a badly run club. Jesus Christ." They got debts coming out of their ears. They can barely hold on to anyone. Whereas now we're leading in terms of digital platform. And I was saying this earlier in the stream about how what was I saying? About how obviously Argyle have got a huge fan base in like America. They've even got some in Belgium and Australia, believe it or not. It's absolutely mad. I think we may have more of a global outreach in Manchester City and Tottenham Hotspur, but we won't dig into them too much.
I was going to say we've got an Argentina page, and I think we've got a Brazil page as well.
Oh, we've got them in South America as well. Don't worry about that.
Oh,
man. We've got them, but that's the thing. We've got them in all sorts of places, and I just think it's important. Because for me, I can go watch Argyle. I can go to Home Park. I can sit in the stand. I can shout abuse at referees. I can shout abuse at opposition players. I can call northern people northern bastards, and we can get all the chanting going. You can't have that obviously in America because it's not like a 10-minute trip down to Home Park, is it? You're on the other side of the world. So
they don't feel the same when you're watching it from home, isn't it? I could, whether I'm watching in the stands or watching it from home. You know, if we're up, you know, if a referee's made a bad decision on Saturday, if we're trying to relegate Rochdale, and I'm like, referee, you fucking prick, I can't say it as it don't feel as much at home as it is in the stands. But the thing I follow is the thing passion. The thing I follow though is I think we all can agree it's one even tiny component as to what's wrong with the EFL right now, because you know. They're not giving them. I mean, our club has actually exposed the Football League for not giving us the money that we were promised. We were given funds, but not to the level we were promised we were going to get, with no explanation or reason. So the club's exposed that. The fit and proper persons test, that's been a disaster for 15, 20 years. You know, the iFollow, the streaming services, getting people to pay a tenner to watch a badly run service. Might not be me personally, but I know a lot of people, you know, most of the population that watch the iFollow have had a badly run service consistently. There's so much wrong with the Football League, and it's one component of a massive organisation that needs better running. Like Rick Parry needs to go, the whole board of the EFL needs to go, and someone come in with a bit of balls and a bit of ownership, and someone take over the Football League and someone in touch technology and the iFollow services get in there and offer a service that's cheap, affordable, but the best quality you can give those clubs, whether it's Championship or League Two. I don't give a fuck if they're in the bottom of League Two or top of the Championship. You're all part of the Football League, and every club should have the same respect.
Yeah, and it's mad that Argyle are doing this. A question from Velverswan, Holland, and Mbappe to Argyle. Possible. We'll be doing transfer news. I mean, if that was to happen, then first question I'm asking is, Simon Hallett, where the fuck have you got that money from? Secondly, how much wages are we paying them? And thirdly, RIP to the rest of the English Football League, because you're about to get absolutely destroyed. Your defences are going to be terrified, i.e., just don't. But if they were to sign for Argyle, other teams don't even bother travelling to Home Park. We'll just take the 3 points, and we'll just take 9 goals, because with them two up front, that would be scary for any defence put in our way. I would actually ask Exeter City for a friendly if we were to be in that position. Leo, I have a Fire Stick now, and I can get EFL games on EFL Hub. That's what it's called for me. So does that mean I can't access Argyle games anymore? Well, the key about this, I don't really know. Like, I'm not saying I'm from Plymouth Argyle's digital team, and I certainly don't work for Stream AMG. But the fact that we're working with a global streaming specialist, it would assume to me that they're going to have the abilities, and they're going to be well known to be able to get onto platforms like the Fire Stick and all of that. I would assume that we'll actually do that. So I don't know. I would assume Argyle have a plan of action regarding that. But you mentioned the EFL, and they've been, don't want to say belittling. That would be a bit. Well, no, you could say belittling us, especially in Leagues 1 and 2. I mean, they frankly couldn't give a flying fuck about us. I mean,
the level of respect for League 1 and 2 is just disgraceful.
The championship, EFL will bend over and let them get fucked up the ass. But in terms of Argyle and Leagues 1 and 2, the respect level is that there is just no respect for us.
No,
but. What we're going to do, this is going to, especially teams like if Sunderland stay in League 1 or Portsmouth stay in League 1, the bigger clubs in League 1, they're going to look at this and go, how are we being outdone by Plymouth Argyle? And they're going to look at this and they're going to be like, because don't get twisted, other people look at this and be like, especially when it comes out, and if it's a good quality, they're going to be like, I want that. Why can't my team do that? And what you said about one club doing it, the rest following, a lot like the Super League. Who do you expect to be the next clubs out there? Because for me, it will have to be a club that's willing to do that extra for fans, because this is a lot of extra work. It's gonna cost money, of course. It's gonna cost money. But who do you think in League 1 is gonna be the next to follow?
Well, if we're talking the respective fans, you're probably looking at clubs like Lincoln. Sunderland's new owners might give it a go. There's a chance that Accrington Stanley will do it because they've come a really long way as a club. I mean, Donny, from Donny's point of view, people have their sort of opinions on the board and whether they do it or not. But there's no denying they don't care about the fans, because they do care about the fans. There's no denying that. And, it'd be nice to do it. And he spoke about the respect level of League 1 and 2. Honestly, it's a completely different standard, because the Championship for them is where the money's coming in. So they'll just forget about, you're only going to look at Charlton. You're only going to look at Charlton. As soon as they dropped into League 1, they were days away from going out of business before Sangard came in. There was stories that if they didn't get a takeover by a certain date, they were going to go out and they're going to have to start again as a Phoenix club. Same with Wigan Athletic. As soon as they're back in League 1, they don't care. And it just popped up on my Twitter feed that James Coppinger's winning the Sir Tom Finney Award at the EFL Awards tonight. That's a player who cares at a club that cares in League 1. But because it's in League 1, the EFL don't care. So, there needs to be more respect for League 1 and 2, because, let's take a trip down memory lane, shall we? We gave English football Della Ali from MK Dons. We gave them Harry Kane on loan to Leyton Orient and teams like that. I remember him on loan at Leyton Orient and playing against him a few years ago.
Jamie Vardy came through League One, didn't he?
Yeah, Jamie Vardy. Way too many players, so many to be able to count. Sam Johnstone, one of our former players, is now in the Premier League.
Kasper Schmeichel, he was at Notts
County. Again, another one. So many
you can name.
There's so many that built the foundations for what is now the Premiership and the top divisions of football, but they're not giving us the same respect back. It's like, well, forget about your roots. You're with us now. You're where the money is, and it's not right. It's not right, because you see players down in the lower leagues that care more than the Premier League players. I mentioned James Coppinger, and you know James Coppinger. You know he's an absolute Football League legend. He's getting the Sir Tom Finney Award tonight, so congratulations to him. Because he is retiring at the end of the season, and he's served 17 years at the same club. You don't get that kind of loyalty in football anymore. Mark Noble's going to be leaving West Ham at the end of next season, whether West Ham's in the Champions League or not. You don't get that kind of loyalty in football anymore. Football now is money and no loyalty and just business. And that shouldn't have been the case. They should have kept the football loyalties. And this is where iFollow follows because they're giving teams the cheapest thing possible, the one camera service instead of four. Bad quality streaming services, for an expense, because a tenner for families now is expensive, because families are in a tough period with millions unemployed.
Even the websites are horrific.
I
haven't even bothered downloading the app because I just know it's going to be shocking.
The graphics on Twitter are better than the website, and that's disgraceful. It's unbelievable, and it doesn't feel right now. It really doesn't feel right. So, I think Sunderland might follow suit. Lincoln might follow suit. Accrington Stanley will definitely follow suit. Oxford, if they get a takeover, depends on when they decide to do it. Gillingham, maybe they might. Wigan's new owners might decide to do it. Sangard will definitely do it with Charlton at some point. But I think deciding clubs to make the next step to get their own individual streaming offers and collaborations with partners, it all depends on. And you say it yourself. You operate it to a 4-camera system, and now you've got this whole digital streaming takeover the next season. So, who comes next will be the teams with 4 cameras at least, and the teams that don't have the 4 cameras, I feel like they're going to upgrade to the 4 cameras before they do the digital streaming stuff.
Who even has 4 camera systems?
I know we don't. Sunderland does. I think it's either this season. I think the rest of this season and next season onwards, or it might be next season straight away. But I know Sunderland has the 4 cameras. I think Charlton's got them. I think
Pompey must have 4 camera systems.
I think Pompey might. I think one team's got like a GoPro and 3 cameras.
A GoPro?
I think so. I spotted a Go. It might have been League 2 actually. I think there's a League 2 club that's got a GoPro cam.
What the hell are they using a GoPro?
I've got no idea. It's like a little net GoPro cam. So when the ball hits the back of the net, it smacks the GoPro out the stand. But I think Wigan's. I think Wigan's new owners might decide to do 4 cameras. I don't know.
It seems a bit. I mean, unless you put the GoPro at the bottom of the net, it makes no sense.
Even at the bottom of that, it gets whacked into its stand and broken. Even though they managed to recollect the footage. But nice.
That does sound a bit odd.
But the EFL needs a complete. The EFL needs a complete makeover from top to bottom. The whole, not just the leagues, but the Football League itself, in terms of a organisation, it needs a complete and utter facelift. New people in charge, new streaming and digital platforms that's good quality all the way throughout the divisions, the same quality throughout the divisions. A better fit and proper persons test. Repay clubs, give them the money they were promised. Don't say they're going to give them this amount of money and then give them half that amount and say, and make up an excuse saying, the other half of the money's lost somewhere. Because the Football League's worth so much money. The people in charge, the board in charge of the Football League are worth so much money. And they can't use COVID as an excuse, because that's what cowards would do. Cowards would use COVID as an excuse to say, well, we're not going to spend this amount of money on improving our league. And they can sit there and think, well, we're not managing the club, so why should we care? We manage the league, not the clubs. Well, in a way, you do manage the clubs, because the clubs are in your league. You're overseeing what they do. So if a takeover is happening, for example, and they haven't got the appropriate funds, they don't have a proven track record of keeping clubs in business and being ambitious, and you don't have the right qualities, they shouldn't just, let them come in and take over clubs without getting the right qualifications. I'm sick of seeing clubs being taken over for £2 or £5 or a berry and things like that. That's Steve Dale's a fucking twat.
I mean, we were taken over for £1, but that was so we obviously this was after all our administration and all that bullshit. And we were taken over by James Brent. I don't know if you remember him. You probably I don't know, but he was a businessman in Plymouth who bought the club for £1, but he also took on every last bit of our debt and the fact that we've almost paid, we're either debt free or we've paid most of it off now. Just such a remarkable, from where we were to where we are now. It has
to be someone who cares. It has to be someone who cares, because if no one cares, the club goes under. Look at Barry, look at Hereford, look at Darlington,
James,
etc.
I'm not saying James Brent was the best. He had flaws, and Argyle. I firmly not hate, but I really rebut the thoughts of James Brent. He didn't care. He was in it for money. Of course, there's an element of he was in it for money. That's business, right? But the fact that he took our club on and was able to to start paying off our debts and to really put us in this stage now where we've got a new stand, we're doing all this new stuff for our club. What James Brent did for our club is absolutely, there is no words to describe what we owe that man. And what Simon Hallett's done is he's taken what James did to the next level. And maybe at some point Simon will not outgrow the club, but maybe we'll outgrow him. Yeah. And then we'll have to we'll get another person, but it has to be someone who cares. And the beauty with having Simon Hallett is he won't sell the club to someone who doesn't care. And just everything we've done, if you think about Ryan Lowe, and I was having an interesting chat with my dad, and you can tell he hasn't watched Argyle for a little while. I used to nowadays it was me taking him. It was like, Dad, do you want to go watch Argyle? He's more of a Spurs fan, but he was like, oh, Ryan Lowe, I can't wait for him to sack him. And I was like, you what? What did you just say to me? I was like, he was like, he's having a shit season. I'm like, no, he isn't. That's not his fault, you twat. I was like, yeah, our defence resembles the Teletubbies. Like, it's not great, but no way do I want that man sacked. Absolutely not.
Argyle right now are in such a promising position on and off the field. Like you said, they won't sell it to someone who doesn't care. They'll sell it to someone who cares, which is why I think Plymouth Argyle are literally like a decade at maximum away from the Premier League. They're a decade away right now because...
I mean, I don't know if I say that, but I like it. No, carry on saying it. I like it. It's not that I don't want to hear it.
No, the reason why I say it is because it's brilliant off the field. I mean, this guy won't sell it to someone who doesn't care. He'll sell it to someone who does care. But for now, he'll take it as far as he can get. And he'll go, and there's no ceiling to where he could take the club. It depends on which owner and which club. But there's no ceiling to take the club wherever. So he could take them as far as possible. He could take them up there. And then someone comes in to take him to the next step in the top table. So, Plymouth right now, off the field, are in a brilliant position. On the field, they just need to bring in the right players in the right positions. I've heard, there's rumours and speculation that obviously the main target is centre-backs for Plymouth this season. And there's apparently 4 or 5 players that you could sign this summer overall, but the main target is centre-backs, which is great news. And I think that Plymouth really are going to contend next season in League One. They really are going to contend because off the field, they're brilliant. On field, they'll just keep getting better. And Ryan Lowe will play a style of football that will suit Argyle. And when you said about your owners, I was looking at, and you said about James, and he said, like, yes, he's got his flaws and that, but, he has took the club somewhere. That's how I see Donny's ownership as well, because, people say, yes, they've got their flaws. Yeah, they admitted they over-relied on loans this season, etc. And yes, COVID has affected, COVID has affected the club.
We've always relied heavily on loans, and that's the good thing. And this season, I think we got maybe 3 or 4, which is remarkable. But back about 5 years ago, we were getting 8, 9 loans. It was ridiculous.
I was just gonna say that. I mean, because this season we've got 7 overall. They admitted they over relied on them, and now they put out this statement in April. Our club saying we're gonna get the management in place, get the talent ID manager in place, ready for, the second week commencing May the 10th, ready for the summer. So you get June, July, August, and the start of September to really, get the right people in. And they said, we're not going to let people go under 2 years anymore. We're going to, extend deals that are not even out of contract this summer. And we started that already. John Taylor's a new 3-year deal. Greaves today, the youngster AJ Greaves has signed a new 1-year deal with the option of an extra year. So that's great news. Horton and Jones are on the verge of new deals, apparently. Other people are on the verge of new deals. Even Reece James, who I said a couple of weeks ago looked like he was leaving for free, is 50-50 and could do a U-turn and sign a new deal because he likes the direction of the club. Lakilo's going to get more.
That's partly what we've been getting better at it, and I wanted to, and you've led me to the perfect place. So I want to talk about this man, right? Luke Jepcott, right? This man, I had a good chat with you yesterday. It's okay. He's not staying for long, right? I'll see you in a bit, Luke. But nah, look, I love this. I love him. I love him so much. If he ever leaves Argyle, I'm going to be heartbroken. Absolutely.
He is. He's what James Coppinger is to Doncaster Rovers. He could be a Plymouth icon.
Man City fan saying, "No, I tricked you all, low. I've been scouse bastards this whole time, you fucking twats, low. Didn't expect this to be the last of me." I mean, if you're not going to be, look, you can always stay. Just don't be abusive. Like, just don't be a twat. That's just my only rule. And don't be Stephen Feely, but that's just a different reason. But the thing is, Luke Jepcott, and I spotted this yesterday, didn't I? And we had a chat last night, and I asked, why is he down as an undisclosed contract? Now, there could be, I can only think of one reason, right? It's a long contract. It's a long-term deal. That's the only thing.
That's what I'm thinking. The only other reason I think it's undisclosed is because they don't want to reveal how many years he's got left on, because other clubs will come in for him because he's so good. Ooh. That's the other reason why I don't think they'll say how many years is left on the contract publicly, because they want to keep him for as long as possible. And I definitely think that Jeffcott could be the future of Plymouth Argyle as well as the present. He could be a Plymouth icon like Coppinger was for us. Coppinger was the best £50,000 the owner ever spent. So Jeffcott right now is up and coming, even now in the first team. And, he came through the youth setup. He's a Plymouth guy. Plymouth through and through, loves playing for the club. Keep his position, keep growing as a player. And like I said, with Plymouth going up and up on and off the field, Jeffcott, I could see in 10 years as Plymouth being a championship, maybe even premiership striker with Plymouth Argyle.
And that's the thing, like, if you think about our growth, if we can continue to grow, this is why when a lot of people, I think Charlie said it on the EFL show, was like, he's definitely going to leave, like, blah, blah, blah. I don't actually think he will. And that's not because I've got my Argyle hat on at the moment. It's because I think if we continue to grow, why not grow with us? Like, unless he outgrows the club, I don't see him leaving. Now, goals have dried up this season, obviously. Right? They absolutely have. Kenny saying, hey, lads, big up to yourself, Kenny. And thank you for getting rid of Man City fan, because telling people to kill themselves is just absolutely disgusting and vile. So please do go fuck yourself. Don't want that toxicity on my platform. It's never acceptable on the F1 show, on the Argyle show, or in the any show we do. It's just not unacceptable. And what I think is, if goals have dried up, I think that's just a little bit of bad form. He's a good player. We all know he is. He's a striker as well. He's a sort of a fox in the box. He knows where the ball's going to be, and he's going to have that foot on that ball and into the back of the net. It's what makes him so dangerous. His eye for goal is absolutely beautiful. And I just feel that if we continue to grow, then he can grow with us, can't he?
Yeah, 100%. And I sort of relate it back to, my club and what we're doing with our current youngsters like Horton and Jones and Greaves. I could see them being at the club for a very, very long time, like Coppinger was as well. And, it's all about growing the next generation of long-term icons for the club now. We've had these, your club's had previous legends gone by. We've had previous legends gone by. It's all about growing the next generation of icons now. And we'll look at the likes of Luke Jeffcott and, Horton and Greaves and Jones, etc. to be
Cooper.
these Michael Cooper as well, to be these future icons.
My beautiful boy. He is a beautiful man. That guy is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, but I think with Jeffcott, it's just keep your head down, keep progressing as a footballer, and without doubt, you'll play for your club in the higher division, not by a long shot.
And he's working with a very good manager. Like Ryan Lowe was a very good striker. Obviously, he can't do it now. He's getting a bit old.
I know he's Plymouth manager right now, but it's a shame that Bury went out of business and he had to sort of leave that club.
Yeah, I mean,
he was doing a good job. He was doing a good job with Bury, and
for me, it's that double-edged sword. It's like, I feel really bad for Bury that they lost their club and their manager and their players, but then I'm thinking about what we've gained from it. And this is going to sound horrific, but football is a dog-eat-dog business. We are in the best position we've ever been in, right? We've been in League One with Derek Adams. Not even that was good, right? That was horrific, to say the least. With Ryan, I firmly believe we're into a new era. And Ryan could easily, I think of, you said legends. I think of Neil Warnock. Right, Neil Warnock was a great legend down at Argyle. There were others. Ian Holloway, to a degree, ended really messy with Ian Holloway. Absolutely, and that for me is why for Ian Holloway, I don't think he'll ever be a club legend. And that's mainly because of how it ended. It ended so horrifically badly. I don't think Ian Holloway can ever be an Argyle legend. That's the thing.
Yeah, 100%. And, I did look back on the Holloway stuff, and it was messy how that ended. And, apart from that, he was definitely a legend for Argyle. Yeah. And Neil Warnock, again, another great legend for the club. And, we've had our fair share of legends as well. Peter Kitchen, Alec Jeffrey around the war days, and Harry Gregg, the former Man United goalkeeper, who's a legend for us, absolute, and Donny Boy through and through.
We had Peter Shilton, and it didn't quite end too well with Peter Shilton. We got him. We got him right at the end of his career, and he certainly wasn't in his prime then. Kenny's saying Aaron or Doncaster game playoffs.
No. To be perfectly honest, no. We could. The only way we get playoffs is if we won the last 3 games of our season, and the 4 or 5 teams above us all lost the last games of the season. Which we can only get 6th right now. We can't get 5th anymore. So it's never going to happen this season. But all we can look forward to is the fact that we're going in the right direction off the scenes. I messaged you about the criteria of our final 8. And who's involved. There's a very, very exciting potential.
Do you know what I would recommend? And if any Doncaster official has actually managed to make their way to his stream, I'd highly recommend a young manager. Right. The reason I say this is we've had Sheridan. He's a bit older, sort of a bit stuck in his ways. These younger managers, they have new ways. Of course, mistakes happen. Ryan Lowe has not been faultless. right? His desire to play out from the back is admirable, but sometimes it's really cost us. But he sticks with it. He has changed it up a few times. The bit that made me a bit strange with Ryan this season is he went to a 4-4-2 and we looked like we were getting a couple of good results out of that. Then he went back to his original formation. I'm like, Ryan, what are you doing? Bro, what are you doing, mate? What are you doing? And then we went on to lose that game. No manager is faultless, but he's definitely making the right moves, the right decisions. He wants to play football in the right way. Kenny is laughing after that comment. Neil Warnock is a championship legend. What a manager. Club legend for most he managed. Yeah, Neil Warnock, he's just so infectious. Like at Cardiff and even at Middlesbrough now, and you think of his time at Argyle, he is just that man. And he keeps adapting. And to still be a manager at his age and to be able to be competitive and turn Middlesbrough around. I think when he took over them, they were near the bottom of the championship. This year, they were pushing for playoffs. Like Neil Warnock has still got plenty left in him. Kenny saying an EFL legend. To be completely honest, Warnock is. Yeah. I think no one would actually disagree that Neil Warnock is one of the best there is. Kenny saying Doncaster need Portsmouth, Charlton with a game in hand, MK Dons, Gillingham, Accrington Stanley and Ipswich all to lose their games to even get back in the race. And
so it's over. It's over.
With a massive goal difference swing too. Yeah. It's Doncaster, they tried and they didn't quite get there. Argyle, we sort of sniffed near the playoffs, sort of midway through a season, then catapulted. Look, and obviously I'll speak more about this in the year end of season review show. Hopefully I'll get a couple of Janners on to come and have a chat with me about how we think our season's gone. I don't think it's been awfully bad. I think, there's been some good results. There has been bad results. There's been good moments. There's been bad moments. It's the same with any club, but it's our first season in League One. We've established ourselves to be fairly good. Other teams they respect us. They understand that, look, Argyle ain't no easy pecking order. I mean, Charlton, barring what they did to us at Home Park, which was absolutely unacceptable, and they ought to be ashamed of themselves, because that's virtually like abuse, what they did to us at Home Park. But Kenny's saying Argyle's season has been good for their goal, which was to stay up.
I only just remember that you guys, this is your first season back. I only just remembered because you were that good. But no, the best way I could describe our season is a season full of promise, just didn't go our way. But you know what? This could be still, even without getting playoffs and promotion and that, this could still be a crucial season for Rovers, because now, from what we're seeing off the field, this could be the turnaround, the turning of the table, that they're going to start doing things differently, and they're not going to leave contracts too late, or they're not going to let people walk too easily. They're not going to, do things, that they admit their mistakes later on. They're going to start hopefully doing the right things. And, like I said, I told you about that criteria on the 8 manager shortlist. You look at that shortlist and you think there's so many creative opportunities in terms of who that could be, what the criteria suggests, and the potential. Like, I think there was rumours of Jason Tindall, the old Bournemouth assistant and manager. If we get Jason Tindall, I'm not going to lie to you, I'd be very excited about next season, because, he literally left Bournemouth when they were in the playoffs, and Woodgate steered them into it still. So, and he was speaking about young managers. You were speaking about young managers, and imagine if we got someone from Europe. Imagine we got like a European manager, someone like a Bruno Lage, who used to be the assistant to Swansea and Sheffield Wednesday, but I managed Benfica a year ago.
We had this,
and obviously with Coppinger retiring, it's a brand new era anyway. So maybe it's an era in the, hopefully it's an era going in the right direction.
We had a chat, didn't we? And I said I'm not sure if a European manager would suit League One football. I think that's very much Championship. League One yet to really experience a European down with us. So
maybe it's the time. Maybe it's the time. Maybe it's a new era.
Maybe. I mean, and look, Argyle are driving force for what we're trying to do. Could Doncaster lead getting a European down here? Absolutely, potentially. Why not?
Breaking news out of Bristol City. Just got it on Twitter. Nigel Pearson has signed a new 3-year deal.
I don't know how good. How well's he done this season? I haven't even looked.
Well, I think it's been mixed, to be honest. There's been good results. There's been bad results, and they just faltered out. But I think it's just because they haven't really had much time to gel as a squad with the new manager. So I think Pearson needs a transfer window to fully judge him as a manager.
They did used to be a good team, Bristol City. Maybe we could.
Yeah, the old Lee Johnson battle job, the old Johnson battle job mentality, and now it's come to now it's gone.
I was just about to say, like, I'll talk.
I tell you what, if Sunderland don't go up through the playoffs, even though we're not in the playoffs, I'll be laughing my head off because I had Sunderland fans left, right, and centre saying to me, "Oh, you're not going up, we are." If they don't go up as well, just Sunderland fans wait for the banter because I'm letting loose. So.
Yeah, I mean we've got Sunderland this weekend, and obviously I'll speak more about it tomorrow when I do my preview. But I mean, you're talking about one out of form team taking on another out of form team, and we beat them. We beat them at the Stadium of Light. So I'm not overly confident, but I'm confident that we could get a result.
I mean, my hope is that it's Lincoln or Blackpool going up because I think Blackpool's been on a great run of form. Lincoln deserve their time. Lincoln deserve their time
because Jeannie's a Blackpool fan, so I absolutely want Blackpool nowhere near promotion.
Fair enough. But Lincoln City deserve their time.
He's one of these as two teams, Liverpool and Blackpool. I respect people for doing that. I don't actually have a problem with it. I just focus on Argyle and Mason Greenwood FC. Kenny saying, didn't Rovers have their stadium burned down? You did. I believe you did anyway.
Yeah, 1997-98 season, the old Bellevue Stadium, the stand got burnt down. Richardson, the owner, was jailed for a few years, along with a ex-SAS guy who was the guy who actually burnt the stand. He was the one who actually burnt the stand down, but did it on Richardson's orders. So he got a couple of years. Richardson got a few years because of he was the one orchestrating it. And then it didn't even matter because 7 years later, I think 8 to 9 years later, we ended up moving to new stadium, and where Bellevue is now is a house development.
Why on earth would you burn down a stand?
Well, Richardson, you look at his history. I mean, you look at what he did at Bridlington Town. He invested, took all the money out, and then plunged the club out of business. He tried to do the same to us. He put all his financial interest in, took it away, listed the ground for sale, helped burn down the stand, and then we had barely a squad. We were picking up. I think the story of that season when we were relegated to the conference, it was literally a case of they were picking players up on their way to the stadiums for the games they were playing. So they had to pick players up on the way towards the stadium, and it wasn't even like giving them a lift or anything. It was like seeing a football player, right, come into the car, we'll drag you down to Swansea or wherever it is to play a game for Doncaster Rovers. It was that bad. He's that bad of an owner. And then John Ryan obviously took us through the death stream mentality, and now we're trying our best to get back up there.
Yeah, I mean we've
been through the ring. I just want some good look at this club. I want some good look at this club.
I can relate to all of that. The administration in 2010, I think, or 11, relegation from the Championship, then relegation from League One, 3 relegation battles in League Two, then making our way back up slowly. It's been horrific, but we're in a good position now.
Yeah, but honestly, like that's why I want this club to get back to the Championship and try and challenge for the top flight. Because we've never had top flight, never had Premier League. We've had one European team against us, and that was 2006, where we beat Real Sociedad 1-0 in a pre-season friendly. So we need to. I want some good look at this club because we've been through too much over the last couple of decades. We've been through too much.
I mean, Argyle show that there is luck at the end of the.
That's why I'm always optimistic about. That's why I'm always optimistic on streams, because I want to be passionate and try and wish some good luck on this club because we've not been through it.
When you're going through the bad parts, it's very remain upbeat, that is for sure.
Yeah,
Kenny saying wasn't the best, but he'd be good for League One. Pearson has been
he'd be
awful
great.
for Bristol City. He plummeted them to 19th.
I forgot they were 19th.
I want Blackpool to go up because a friend of mine is a Blackpool fan. I've watched a video on Doncaster Rovers when they were in crisis, finished with the lowest points total in the EFL, stadium burned down, etc., etc. And the best result was a win against Hull City for them to prevent them going down.
I remember that. That was the record crowd, 36,000, and the groundskeeper on a documentary was saying, wow. And bearing in mind the stadium's capacity was like 6,000. We had 36,000 there because it was people just climbing on the hills, watching from the top of the hills near the stands.
Yeah.
It was a proper classic ground. I remember being there as a kid, that ground, and it's like just standing there or sitting there, and then I think there was a couple of games where I actually wasn't in the stands. I was actually watching. There's like a bit of grass hill that was like on top with the stand next to it. So sometimes if I wanted a massive view from up top, me and my dad and my brother would just sit on top of the grass hill a couple of times and just watch it so you get a full view of like a diamond view of the pitch from one of the far corners. It was a classic football field.
Does sound good. I won't lie to you.
It sounds like proper football, Perez.
It is proper football, and I love talking about Argyle and about League One and about our woes and all that. But we're going to end it there. Big thanks to everyone that's been watching. This is our first show of Let's Talk Argyle. There'll be plenty more. I've got plenty of ideas. Aaron knows the ideas I've got coming up as well. We'll be covering transfer news, end of season review, previews, reactions, less so reactions. I mean, this season anyway, but that'll be a bit later, probably maybe a few hours later, maybe a day later, but there'll be reactions to what has happened. Kenny saying, what do you think Plymouth goals are for next season? That will be revealed, right? So I'm not going to discuss that now because then that ruins an idea that I've got for a start of next season. So I'm not going to disclose them just yet. I have an idea of what I want to see. I also want to see what Ryan does in the transfer market as well. Because if we get a couple of loanee centre-backs, then I think I'll predict more of the same. If we don't and we get a proper centre-back, I may be a bit more ambitious. And also remembering that our teams would have then had a full season in League Two, League One. But obviously, also we've got players out of contracts. I want to see who of them come back. Joe Edwards, Danny Mayer, their contracts haven't been renewed yet, so we'll see. I hope that contract is not renewed for many reasons. But that will come in the end of season review show where I go through player ratings. I'll rate the players for what they've done this season. I'll be working. It's going to be absolutely mad the amount of work I'm going to be doing on this because more of this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it where the banner is in with Luke Jepcott as well. So plenty of work for me to be getting done for the Argyle weekly, not weekly review show. Jesus Christ, that'll kill me. I might do an Argyle show. So if you are a Janner, right, if you're an Argyle boy or an Argyle fan, let me know because I would absolutely love it if we had an Argyle show before a City show or a Tottenham show. I would absolutely love it. Oh, it would be absolutely beautiful. But obviously we'll be doing more. So there'll be more content on Let's Talk Argyle, which is basically another brand just like the F1, where it's still under Let's Talk Premier League banner, but it's a new show. It's a different type of show where I get to talk about what I'm passionate about. Everyone else gets to talk what they're passionate about United and Arsenal and Liverpool and Chelsea. No, I don't feel that same passion. I love doing it. I don't feel that same passion that I do talking about Plymouth Argyle. That is for sure. But before we go, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel with notifications on. It does really help us out on this. But before we go, Aaron, where can they find you, mate?
So, of course, you can find me on Twitter at Aaron_Challoner. We're on the road to 1,000 followers. We're halfway there, so let's get there before the end of the year. And Forever Football, DRFC, big stuff coming for the end of the season, guys. Rochdale preview tomorrow. Rochdale review on Saturday. I just got the injury updates just now. Balcon's out with a back issue. Halliday's still not fit. Coppinger's was ill for the last game, but he's not COVID, so he's back for the game on Saturday, which is great news for us. So stay tuned for all the Rochdale content. We've got Blackpool coming up next week. Peterborough on the last game of the season. We've got some journalist stuff for the transfer reports. Obviously, the big stuff will be coming around the week commencing May the 10th when we get the announcement of our brand new manager and, of course, the brand new talent ID manager, and we'll start to get transfer rumours. It's all going down. I hope to get some more people on the channel as well. Potentially try and get Ty from IFTV. We got Robbie in the past, so we might be able to get Ty. But yeah, loads of stuff coming, guys. Still waiting on Adrian Clark, the Arsenal player, to message me back, but he's up for an interview as well. So stay tuned because you could see Ty and Adrian Clark on the channel very, very soon. But yeah, Forever Football, DRFC on the road to 1,000 subs by the end of the season. We're nearly there. We're over the halfway mark. Let's get it going.
Yes, make sure you do check out Aaron. On our goal side of things, I may be trying to get a couple of interviews, maybe a Tyler Harvey or Maxime Blanchard. I'm gonna start networking a little bit more on the Argyle side. Let's show the EFL who truly is the best club in the league. Let's do it. So I'm going to be making some serious moves. That is for sure in the summer.
Same here.
So much planned for this summer. I do not stop. I'm the same,
mate, to be fair, because I'm going to be working with a load of journalists during the transfer window, and then I'm still trying to get back and forth with Fabrizio Romano, try and get him involved. So it's all, honestly, it's all going like you. I'm having a massively busy summer again this summer because I've completed my last ever uni course. So uni is done. It's over. It's finished. I've got a free summer. I graduate in November from university. First member of the family to graduate, and it's going to be all summer, all Donny Rovers, which is fantastic.
Yes, make sure you.
And I get a proper ceremony, which is great. I get a proper graduation ceremony.
That'll be absolutely buzzing. And if Aaron ever wants me on his channel, he knows that I am. That's for sure. And you may see Aaron more on this. Talking Argyle. But if there is a guy who knows about the EFL, that is definitely Aaron. There's absolute facts there.
Of course, we'll be on the EFL show as well. Make
sure you check us out on Mondays. Commiserations to Charlie and your shit club for your relegation to League Two. But don't forget, 1930 is the year that we were in the Football League, yet to leave the Football League since then. And if you watch the EFL show on Monday, you'll know exactly what I'm on about. But there, as I said, there's going to be plenty of things that are new.
There's going to be some EFL shows hopefully going on throughout the summer, hopefully, as well with transfers, etc.
Yes, hopefully. I mean, we'll cover Argyle and their transfer news. I'll be doing my previews and all of that. There's going to be serious movements. That's all I'm saying. A lot of work going on in the background. You lot don't want to actually imagine the amount of work we do to bring this content to you.
And I think the best thing to say is probably for you and me and the EFL show and everything else, just watch this space.
Yes, absolutely. Watch this space. Even watch it on the even on the Premier League side and Formula One. We're back this weekend with Formula One Portimao in Portugal. I'm excited. Max Verstappen make it 2 wins in a row, and will Lewis fuck up again? All of that will be coming this weekend. Hopefully Chris will be there. Hopefully Shao will be there. Might even try and get a Dom who I might be fighting in a boxing match, knocking his head off his shoulders. But until then, thanks for watching. I'll play you our new clip. The clip will get better as well. That can be assured. I'll play the clip out for you. But until next time, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in a bit.